Hi there, Debbie LaChusa, the business stylist here, answering your questions. And today's question is, I'm thinking about creating an online course, but I'm really trying to do a revenue projection to make sure that I can make enough money to make it worth my while. How much money do you think I can make with an online course? Great question. You guys know I love online courses. I have really, in the last couple of years, built my business around it. But I will tell you that is almost an impossible question to answer. I had no idea when I created my first online course what was going to happen. I spent a couple of weeks putting it together. I used equipment that I already had. I didn't go out and buy a bunch of equipment. I did the best that I could, and I put it out there, and I just waited to see what would happen. Well, I didn't just wait to see what would happen. I marketed the heck out of it, and then I waited to see what would happen. And fortunately for me, it did really well. And I made good money, I got a lot of sales, and that is what prompted me to continue creating courses. Can I promise the same for you? I can't, and here's the reason why. Whatever subject you're going to teach, it's going to be different than what I'm teaching. You're different, your expertise is different, the way you're going to teach it is different, your audience is different. So there's a lot of variables. Where are you going to place your course? If you're going to put it on a marketplace like Udemy, yes, they will do some marketing for you. So you could do very well, even if you don't have a big email list or a big social media following to market it to. However, Udemy tends to market courses that have already gotten some traction, that show that they are selling well, that the students are very engaged, and they're giving it good reviews because they want to make sure if they're promoting a course, it's a good quality course that's actually going to sell. So you still have to do some marketing to get the ball rolling if you want them to market for you. But here's the thing, I don't know what your content is going to be. You want to make sure that you're teaching something people want to buy. So a lot of times people will go out and create courses just based on what they want to teach or what they think people need to know. And that's not necessarily going to sell well. You have to sell what the marketplace wants. I recommend that you sell a course that creates a transformation for people, that sells your proprietary process or something that's unique and different, and not just plain old information or content that people can get anywhere on the World Wide Web. So the more you can make your course specialized to you, your brand, your point of view, create a course that really creates an outcome for people and isn't just interesting to watch, that there is a market for, that people really want, that's priced to sell. I mean, it depends on your price. If you price your course at $500, you may sell, you may not. If you price it at $10, you may sell, you may not. Price sometimes, invokes certain perceptions of value, and that can be good or bad. If it's too cheap, a lot of people may buy, or people may feel like it's not worth it. If it's too expensive, people may not deem that it's worth the value, or they may not have the money for it, or they may, if it's a really niche topic and they really want to learn it, that higher price may tell them this must be really good, and they may buy. So there's so many variables. I mean, I think I heard a stat that on Udemy the average instructor makes $7,000, and that's not a year, that's I think total. I know people that make $10,000, $20,000 a month with their courses on Udemy. I don't do that well. I average a couple thousand. I have $4,000 months sometimes. It really depends on the instructor, the audience, the course content, how in demand it is, which I teach people in my Teach Online course, how to create an in-demand course, how well it's marketed, which I also teach people in my How to Market and Sell Your Online courses, how well, if you're on a marketplace, the marketplace promotes you and features you, how competitive. Are there 500 courses in your topic area, or is yours the only one? As you can see, a lot of questions come up in response to this question. So here's my suggestion. Don't try to do a revenue projection. If you want to teach an online course, teach an online course. Put together the very best course you can, put it out there, and see what happens. If you do well, do more. And if you like it, of course. If it doesn't do so well, go back and evaluate why it didn't do so well. And ask yourself some of those questions. Maybe it's marketed to the wrong audience. Maybe it's not something people want. Maybe the price isn't right. Maybe the quality's not good. Maybe it's just not different enough. You got to think about those things. And you also need to think about this. Courses that help people do something that has a huge impact on their lives, that really it changes their business, helps them earn more money, or really, dramatically changes their lives, are going to be probably more valuable and do better than something that's just like learning to play the guitar maybe, or learning about, ancient history or something like that. It's just not an apples to apples comparison. So normally I would say do some financial viability testing when you're building a business, but when you're creating online courses, it's kind of hard. I sort of throw that advice out the window and say, go for it, do it at as little or low cost as possible, and see what happens. If you try it, I would love to hear what happens for you, so please do share with me. And if you have a question you would like me to answer, send it to Debbie@thebizstylist.com, and maybe the next question I answer will be yours.